Well, the Senate will vote today on whether or not there will be witnesses in the impeachment trial, but it now appears Republicans have the votes to reject them and end the entire impeachment trial sooner. Let's start with Utah Senator Mitt Romney. Romney's communications director, Liz Johnson, said Romney does want to hear from witnesses, specifically from former National Security Advisor John Bolton. As many of you remember, the New York Times reported earlier this week that Bolton's book said he believed the Ukrainian military aid was tied to investigations of the Bidens. Then there's another key vote. Maine Senator Susan Collins. Republican Collins says she will also vote to have witnesses in the trial. Collins says having more witnesses gives each side the opportunity to better present their case. And now let's look at the key no votes. The first key no vote comes from outgoing Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander. Alexander says he doesn't need to see any more evidence because he believes Trump withholding the aid was part of a quid pro quo. He also said, even though it was a quid pro quo, that's not an impeachable offense, and the Senate can't remove the president for merely inappropriate conduct. Another key no vote comes from Colorado Senator Cory Gardner. Gardner told Colorado Politics that he doesn't need to hear from an 18th witness, and he has carefully weighed all of the evidence from the hundreds of hours of testimony and 17 other witnesses. And finally, the big surprise, late-minute no vote, was Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski. Murkowski said, quote, "House chose to send articles of impeachment that are rushed and flawed. I carefully considered the need for additional witnesses and documents to cure the shortcomings of its process, but ultimately decided that I will vote against considering motions to subpoena." So the question is, with witnesses off the table and the trial expected to last until next Wednesday, will President Trump be acquitted by this time next week?
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems or go to newsmaxtv.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.